Hello, welcome to Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy. This is my daily 2-card reading for Thursday, July 11th. I can't believe we are this far into July. I really wish we could put the brakes on this month. It is one of my favorite months. It is my birth month, but it's just time is a funny thing and it seems to be going quickly. So this week, I have been very called to mermaid energy. This card deck we've used before on this channel. This is Messages from the Mermaids. It is by Karen Kay and the artwork is by Linda Olson, and it is gorgeous, full of deep, beautiful insight and messages. This is actually my mom's deck. I got this as a gift for her several years ago. I kind of think of her as one of the mermaids in my life, and I wasn't sure about a deck this week, and she's like, well, what about this? And, you know, I said that feels right, because earlier in the week on a different project I had going on, mermaids played a very strong role in that, though those were prairie mermaids, related to the Sip and Dip in Great Falls, Montana. So if you've never heard of that or seen them, beautiful mermaids swimming in a tiki bar pool. Anyway, so I brought in a different candle. I always read with a candle, but this week I'll be reading with a blue candle. I really want to bring in that watery energy of the sea. And I will say this about this card deck. The author says she has a deep, lifelong connection to mermaids, and she feels that they're elemental guardians of the sea. She says that mermaids dwell in the water, and water is connected to emotions. And sometimes emotions can run very deep, just like the sea. And she says that there is power and guidance within these oracle card messages. So that is what we are going to take a look at. This is a beautiful deck. I've worked with it before, and it is a shiny deck. So I'm going to work with my lights the best I can so you can see the cards the best possible way. I'm also working with some blue calcite. I always work with crystals, normally amazonite for communication. This is my agate star for strength, and we got a little calcite going on this week. So I change up my jewelry a little bit too, depending on the week that I'm working with. So I've got a little bit of blue calcite on my wrists and amazonite also. So bringing in those watery colors. So, I do want to mention that one of the reasons I named my card channel Simply Liminal is because I love liminal spaces. And water is a very liminal space. It is kind of an in-between. You can get this even in the shower or in a bath, but definitely when you're in a natural body of water, like the ocean, the seas, lakes, streams, rivers, there is something very liminal about that. You are half submerged in a different world, and half of you is above the air in this world. And you're definitely in a liminal space on the edge of two different places. And I think it's beautiful. And I think that those places are where messages come to us. So let's take a look at what our message is for us today. Again, this is Thursday, July 11th. We'll shuffle this deck and we will pick a couple cards and dive into it. Okay. Alrighty, so as always for this channel, I look at two cards. I look at the energy card, which is the force that's directed towards us from the universe or our environment around us, and then our focus card, which is our intention, effort, or response that we put back into that energy, part of our process of co-creation. So, energy card. Okay, and then our focus card. I like to pull these cards in front of the camera, just, you know, so you get the idea that this is a very spontaneous reading to me. And I am just as surprised sometimes, or anyways, it's new to me. And I consider myself part of this collective that I'm reading for. So I'm very happy to bring these messages through. For everyone who's watching this channel and these messages, I believe this message is intended for you. There's something in it for you. It may connect with some people more than others. And it connects with me in that same way as part of this collective. So let's look at our energy card for today. We have light. This is beautiful. All the artwork in here is beautiful. And as I said, the artwork on this deck is by Linda Olson. So this card is light. We have a mermaid. She's on the shore. There's a lighthouse behind her, a little five-pointed starfish with her, and the message is light. And so she's out enjoying the sunlight. You know, she doesn't even have her tail dipped in the water, but she is still a liminal being because she is something that belongs in the sea, you know. Let me find the right page here. This book is put together alphabetically, and so it's not numbered, which is just fine. It just takes me maybe a little bit longer to find the page I'm looking for. So bear with me while I'm turning pages. Okay, so the message here is shine your light for all to see. You're like a lighthouse, and your light can illuminate any dark areas in your life. So this is our overall energy today. So light is coming at us. We may also be the source of light for other people. So just keep that in mind. It says here, this mermaid reminds you to shine your light wherever you go and not to be shy. She reminds you to be aware that light is attractive to others and acts rather like a magnet, drawing others to it like moths to a flame. So she says, sometimes we feel like our light is missing, but the truth is our light is always there. And when light is present, darkness cannot exist, okay? She says, are you being called to shine your light for others, to show them the way physically, mentally, or spiritually? So beautiful message, overall energy of light. So let's look at our focus card and see how we're going to work with this energy here. We have relaxation. I love this card. Whenever it comes up, I'm like, this is the chillest mermaid ever. Look at her. She's just floating, almost asleep in this gorgeous wavy sea energy. The fish are around her. Her hair is just as relaxed as she is. Beautiful, beautiful card. So it's kind of nice to know that the way we're going to work with this card is by being relaxed. You know, we don't necessarily have to go out and do anything. We have to be relaxed, restful, and just let things happen. And maybe by doing that, that's how our light shines. So the message here is it's time for some rest and recuperation. Have you been overdoing things or working too hard? If so, relaxation is required now. Recharge and relax. And it says here, mermaids know how to relax. And this one is floating into your reading saying, chill out. Have you been overdoing things recently? Perhaps you're feeling tired or overwhelmed. When you set aside relaxation time, you'll find that you're better equipped to handle the challenges in life. So this is the thing you have to do. You have to set time aside for relaxation. And sometimes that's hard to do, especially when we have such major patterns in our lives. You know, every day I get up and my life is kind of the same. I mean, it's altered a little bit over the last couple months because I've had changes in my life. But, you know, you get up and you do the same few things and you don't really even feel like things are going right unless you're doing them in a certain order. But some days maybe you just need to wake up and you just need to say, I'm not going to do anything for the next 30 minutes. I am just going to sit here and relax and meditate. Maybe sit outside and listen to the birds sing. If you're by a body of water, maybe just listen to the way the water sounds. It's so different. These are the kind of things we need to do. So sometimes relaxation can be hard because we don't take the time for it. So if you're going to actively do anything in this day's reading, it's going to be taking the time to relax. And by doing so, I believe you're going to let your light show. And when your light shows, it brings light to other people, to our environment around us. And so you can be a really important part of someone else's life, just like somebody else is in your life, just like the sun is in all of our lives. So keep that in mind. Beautiful day. Our overall energy is light, and the focus that we're putting on this day is relaxation. And the thing you need to do is find some time to relax. So I hope you found this reading helpful or connected with it in some way. I would love to hear what you think about this deck. We've used it again, and so far the lights have been okay. Maybe I've got it right this time. These are shiny cards, and I always think that's a glimmer of, you know, how the sun shines on the water sometimes, but I also like it to be viewable for us. So anyways, have a beautiful day. Thank you for visiting Simply Liminal with me. My name is Stacy. Bye-bye.